Hello, and thank you for joining us today on the Gentle Art of Crushing It show, where we focus on learning and sharing with our listeners all there is to know about how to create success in our lives. This show stands on the shoulders of giants. Our mission is to empower and inspire our listeners to create the life of their dreams whilst having a blast in the process. Let's celebrate life together. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Gentle Art of Crushing It. Today's episode is really more of an announcement that I think you're going to get a lot of value out of. So please stay tuned, to the end. With that being said, this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode as well. So there's two topics to this episode. One, how did I go from 3 doors to 52 in the last 6 months? And then 2, the announcement at the tail end. So the first question, okay, how did I go from 3 doors to 52 in the last 6 months? And the answer is really ultimately commercial, but multifamily is a good chunk of that, right? Okay, and so that's just a start. So, let me kind of dive a little bit deeper here. So I had 3 single family residents and a piece of land that not doing much with, and then what I did was I found a deal, okay? And I had decided in 2023 that I was going to stop using my money. I wanted to use other people's money only, OPM, for the rest of my deals. And so I stuck to that. And so I found the deal, and then I found a partner who then brought in another partner. And this other partner is the capital partner on that one, right? And so that one deal is running really well. We're working on rehabbing this property, and there's a good amount of work that needs to be done to it. However, it is a home run. So they're definitely out there. I found that in 2023, and we closed on in November of 23. Basically, what I want to do is go over just the 30,000 foot view of where I'm at and what I did to get to 52 doors. And I am going to predict that over the next, we'll say 5 years, I'm going to be over 1,000 units. The next 10 years, we could easily say we'll go ahead and double that. So, 2 to 3,000. But that is a prediction. That's the future. So we're going to talk more again about how I got these 52 doors. So I found a deal. It was an off-market deal. And I went in and talked to the owners and, just asked them if they're open to selling. And that started it, right? There's a lot of pieces. There's underwriting. There is, fundraising. There is closing. There is, asset management. There's all these pieces to, I'm just going to call, we're just going to be focusing on multifamily. Okay. So there's all these pieces to multifamily. And they can be really, really challenging. They can be, but they can be a lot of fun as well. And I just want you to know that you can legitimately get into a deal with zero of your dollars. I just did it twice, right? The 23 unit and then the 26 unit, I didn't use any of my money. Okay. And so it's going to require networking. It's going to require learning. It's going to require, sourcing deals. However, it is doable. Okay. So I am nothing special. All right. And however, with that being said, I am very, very committed to my success. I could be like failing time after time after time, thousands of fails, time after time after time. And I will keep going forward. So if you have that, that's awesome. If you don't have it, you can get it. You just decide, right? And begin to move forward. Begin with learning. There is plenty of free content. You don't have to pay for a guru, although I strongly believe in, sometimes I call it pay to play. Some of these gurus are legitimate. Some of these masterminds are legitimate. Okay, my friend Jason Drees right here His coaching program is legitimate. The network that you get involved in there is legitimate. Another friend of mine is Brian Lubin, the Action Academy. That is legitimate. The network there is legitimate. And these are not incredibly, expensive programs. They're very, very priced very well. They're very affordable. So I highly recommend Jason Drew's coaching and Brian Lubin's Action Academy. I do. Now, there are gurus, we talked about that you can pay for. What you want to do, I recommend these two. I don't recommend any others because I haven't really worked with any others, right? So with that being said, even if I recommend Jason Drees to you or Brian Lubin, Action Academy, what you want to know is that's fine. You don't know me from Adam. What you want to do is your own research, okay? So even though I recommend them, I don't recommend you just take my advice willy-nilly. You take my advice with a grain of salt and you go and you do your own research. You see if you want to join there. Now, yes. So the reason why I brought this up is because you can pay to play in these different, masterminds and, with gurus and that sort of thing. However, it is not necessary. If you have zero money, but you have the commitment, that's all that you need. If you have no money to put into yourself as far as like education, we're calling, these masterminds and gurus, books, right? And, courses, we're calling that education for multifamily, for, real estate investing. But I'm really just focusing now on multifamily. So, you can, pay for that education, but you don't have to. There is so much free stuff out there, or close to free books, right? But podcasts are free. I know, there are folks that have courses. If you go on Udemy and you put in like multifamily investing or real estate investing or commercial investing, and you just select free, there's a lot of courses that will come up there. So there is so much content that is free. Bigger Pockets is obviously amazing, right? And so my friend Randy Smith, his show on the Gentle Art of Crushing It, you will learn so much. If you want to just be a passive investor, check his show out. It's got to be one of the best, okay, in the business, right? So, but there's so much you can learn for free, and then you can do for free. You should start sourcing deals. When you're driving by, you can do driving for dollars. You see a business, we'll call it multifamily, and let's say you see a multifamily that looks run down, it looks neglected. Go in there and see if the owner is there. If the owner is not there, ask for the owner's phone number. And you call this individual and you ask them if they're interested in selling. You just do this over and over and over. You can pull up deals on LoopNet for free, Crexy for free. There's plenty of places to find these deals online for free. And you just find out what is a back of the napkin, underwriting, and a quick and dirty underwriting, right? And then you're going to have to learn how to do a deeper underwrite. But you're also going to be networking, okay, so that you can find your people who are interested in investing in your deals. You're going to be networking to maybe find a partnership. They say that, especially in multifamily or commercial, these bigger deals, it is a team sport. But they say real estate investing is a team sport. And I 1,000% agree, because you've got your, brokers, you have your, mortgage, you have insurance, you have, contractors that you need, you have property managers. And it's good, if you source a couple of super solid partners, that is great. Okay. And they are out there. And, so for me, I'm completely sold on multifamily. So again, we kind of touched on, hey, went from 3 to 52 doors in the last 6 months. It is pretty reasonable to expect that I will surpass 100 doors this year. I shouldn't say reasonable. I can say it's reasonable. It's definitely very possible. And that is by networking. That is by partnerships. Okay. Now, this leads me to the announcement that I'm wrapping this episode up here in just a couple of minutes. I am willing to teach you all of this. Okay. And so the way that I'm going to teach you this is through the I'm going to make the announcement now. It is the Gentle Art of Crushing It Multifamily Masterminds. Okay. And so what this is going to look like is, we're going to be networking on a Facebook group. Okay. So I will put a link in the description to that Facebook group so you can, go in there, say hi. You can start. What I would recommend is get in touch with me immediately. Let me know where you're at, what your, goals are. Okay. And I will begin after I sort of like have a couple conversations with you and sort of basically vet you. I will begin connecting you with other people. Right. And so, but you don't need to be vetted to get into the Facebook group. And well, you do have to sort of like, I have to okay you, right? But outside of that, once you get in there, I would recommend just start reaching out to people. Say, hey, my name's such and such. I'd love to get to know you. How can I support you? And we will talk about, how to network, how to find mentors. And you want to be thinking this with both of those groups right there. Networking and mentors is you want to be thinking of the radio station WIIFM. This is not me making this up. I believe I got this from Brian Tracy back in like 1991. WIIFM. You want to remember that. What's in it for me? Not what's in it for you, but you want to be thinking what's in it for the mentor, what's in it for the person that you're networking with. Okay. And in other words, how can I be adding value to these people? Like you're listening. Yeah, I'm doing such and such and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm actually looking for a VA. Well, I have a VA. Do you want to hear about him? You want to meet this VA? He's looking for more work, right? Or I am, wanting to get into YouTube. I don't know first thing about editing videos. I know about that. You want some help with that? I could teach you how to do it. So you're looking for ways that you can add value and build this relationship, because as you are, building this relationship, you're essentially building trust. Very important that that you are trustworthy, right? But also for two, that, people can trust you. You do some business with them. They really have to be able to trust you. And so that can take time. So begin your networking yesterday, right? That's how important it is, that you need to start networking immediately. So I'm going to be, I'm going to be putting in the description, the link to the Facebook group. Get in there as soon as possible. Reach out to me and let's, chat. Okay. The other thing that we're going to be doing is just once a month for now, we're going to have a live, it's probably going to be it'll be on Zoom or Google Meet, but a sort of a training. This is going to be part of the mastermind where I'm going to bring in folks that are experienced and, have much more experience than I do. And they're going to be teaching on multifamily. This is all free. There's no charge for this. And most of the reason why this is free, and I may keep it free forever, but I might be charging for it down the road. But the reason why it's free now is because it is brand new, right? And so I am just bringing people in and beginning to work with them. If you want to start to have conversations with me for free, then right now would be the time to do it. And, that might always be available, right? So, but definitely, this is something that is life-changing. So multifamily investing, and it's life-changing, yes, but it is also a lot of fun. And it can be stressful and it can be hard. And I will tell you, a total newbie. Okay. So again, like I said, this has all been within the last 6 months. So, by no stretch of the imagination, and am I an expert in multifamily investing? However, I know experts and I spend a lot of time learning about this so that I can grow and then, become a much, more, we'll just say, optimized real estate investor. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up because I can just ramble. And what I want this to be is just valuable for you. And I would love to see you inside that Facebook group. So, when you get a chance, join, and I will see you there. Thank you so much for, listening to this another episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. Please check out the other, episodes with Randy Smith, who is a full-on rock star, and he is great, and you'll learn so much from his shows. and he pretty much interviews nothing but rock stars. Same here. I interview nothing but rock stars. And I should have said pretty much that is 1,000%. He interviews nothing but rock stars. I interview nothing but rock stars. And you're going to learn a ton. And this is all free. So take advantage of it. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. It was an amazing episode. We know we sure learned a lot, and we hope you did as well. We want to take a second and thank you so much for viewing or listening to this episode. And please just know that we only ask for one favor, and that is to make this life magnificent. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.